Good morning, my name is Christal. Today I will be demonstrating and explaining how Russian poetry recitation is an aesthetic representation of myself. The poem I will be reciting today is called Parus, or The Sail, by Mikhail Lermontov. Lermontov was an incredibly famous Russian poet several hundred years ago. Parus is a poem that most Russians can recite from memory today. Today I will be reciting it in not only Russian, but English, and then providing an explanation for both. Белеет парус, одинокий, в тумане моря голубом. Что ищет он в стране далекой? Что кинул он в краю родном? Играют волны, ветер свищет, и мачта гнется и скрипит. Увы, не он счастья ищет, и не от счастья бежит. Под ним струя светлей лазури, над ним луч солнца золотой. А он, мятежный, просит бури, как будто буря есть покой. A lonely sail glows white amidst the blue mist of the sea. What is it searching for in foreign lands? What did it leave behind at home? The waves crash, the wind howls, the mast, it bends and creaks. Alas, it is not happiness that it seeks, nor from happiness does it escape. Below, a current azure bright, above, a golden ray of sun. Rebellious, it seeks out a storm, as if in storms it could find peace. Both of these translations, the poem itself is rather interpretive. There are many explanations out there available. The one that I tend to gravitate towards most is that no matter what, there will be people out there that tend to metaphorically stir the pot, continuously look for trouble, or continuously look for excitement. I myself am a thrill seeker. I do enjoy a good adventure. I don't enjoy the troubling aspect or the dangerous aspect of it, but I do tend to live life to the fullest and make the most of what I have. I don't like to settle with the same old thing every single day. And like the sail, like the boat or the fisherman on this boat, I get bored a little easily with the same old. So I do tend to venture out and I tend to explore the unknown. And I like to take a little bit of risks. I like to play it safe, unlike the boat. I don't enjoy going through storms, metaphorical or literal, just to try to learn something new. Sometimes I like to be more adventurous in a safe sense. I like to keep a good distance and respect from that distance. But I understand that sometimes you have to take a risk and sometimes you have to put yourself out there. Sometimes you have to accept the fact that what you're doing is dangerous in a metaphorical or, once again, in a literal sense. Now, poetry recitation in particular isn't something that you can fake. You have it or you don't. I am not saying that I am an excellent poet, I am an excellent performer. However, in my personal experience, watching people recite poems, create poetry, they have to have a certain attitude, otherwise the message won't be conveyed that well. Even for poems in other languages, from my body language, from my tone of voice, a lot of people can pick up the mood that I'm trying to convey, and that's very, very important, contributing to meaning. It's a factor that many people consider when they think about what is the meaning of this text. Well, what type of tone is the author using? What type of tone is the performer using? What does this poem mean? In my real waking life, I think it's very important to be your true, honest self. You can't fake it. Like with poetry, you can't fake yourself. If you fake it, if you manage to fake it, you'll get caught very easily and people will lose interest. I've been so many different versions of a person just for the sake of trying to win people over, just for the sake of looking cool, of trying to fit in with people that in the end were not worth my time. Being myself Even if I'm bad at making friends, even if I'm a little awkward sometimes, being myself has given me so much more freedom than being anyone else ever has. And that is something that people don't understand. Some people, they don't feel comfortable being who they are. They worry that people will judge them. And that worry, that anxiety is entirely understandable to me. However, once again, I try to stress that you get more personal freedom, personal salvation through being an honest version of yourself. I always like to allude back to poetry in that it's an attitude that you have. You can't fake an explanation of a meaning. You have to be yourself and you have to feel the poem. You have to understand what the poem is trying to tell you, to tell people in general. When you talk to people, when you try to meet friends, you have to be yourself to really know your own value, to know your own worth, to develop self-confidence. Being yourself is the first step to doing that. For more information on the poem Barwis, the history of Russian poetry, I will provide those links in the description. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you so much.